Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm pressing cheetahs for all the juice. Can milk the cow.
Story time of how I caught my ex-boyfriend cheating on me. Y'all better be ready because this one is good. So I started dating this guy when I was 16, turning 17. So we were friends first, and I even knew his friends and I knew his family. And he's actually asked me out once before, but I said no because he was a player. And so by the time I turned 16, I said yes to dating him. So things were really great at first. I was really into him and we would go on so many dates and he was super sweet. And there were definitely signs, but I totally missed them. And I'm just not the type of girl to like go through a guy's phone. I noticed he was super active on Snapchat, which is never good. One day he posted Insta picture and I looked at the comments and there was a girl in the comments, which is fine. Girls can definitely comment. I am not a jealous person, but she had left a comment that said, "You're so hot," with a bunch of emojis. And these emojis were all hard eyes, guys.
Honestly, I'm telling you right now, if he has Snapchat, it's a red flag. I'm sorry, it is. If he's on Snapchat a lot, it's a red flag. The fact that those messages disappear or those photos disappear, Check his Snap score. Check it. I mean, maybe some of you would prefer to remain ignorant. Ignorance is bliss, so I get you.
Okay, so this girl was commenting on his pictures with heart emojis and saying, "You're so hot," etc., etc. So I went to her page and I looked, and she's from Kansas. If you guys didn't already know, I'm from New Jersey, so Kansas is very far away. So I basically messaged this girl and I was like, "Hey, can you not comment on my boyfriend's pictures?" So she replies and she's like, "No, that's my boyfriend."
Oh, that's the kicker, isn't it? That's the kicker. That's very bold of you, eh? Just slid into the DMs. By all means, girl, that's your man. Fight for him. Maybe not that man, but like a different one.
I'm like, "Girl, what?" So of course I messaged my boyfriend and I'm like, "What the heck is this?" Milk makeup setting spray before I powder. So I ask him about it, right? And he's like, "Oh no, that girl is crazy. She lives by my grandparents' house and she's just obsessed with me." His grandparents actually do live in Kansas, so I just believed him. So now fast forward, it's been like maybe 5 or 6 months of dating, and things are just really weird. This one particular week, he was barely talking to me, so I felt really nervous. So this one particular night, he was barely answering me, so I called up his best friend. I was like, "Hey, do you know where my boyfriend is?" So his friend is like, "Do you want me to call him and I'll keep you on the line?" I obviously said yes, and mind you, his friend wasn't really the best. He definitely did like me. So his friend asks him, "Hey bro, where are you at?" So my ex says, "I'm at the park with an amiga." That was literally all I needed to hear because I just hung up the phone and then all of a sudden I found myself running
at the park.
to my car. My dad was washing his car and he saw me and he was like, "Where are you going?" And I told him, "Hey, I think my ex is cheating on me. I'm gonna go find him." My dad is like, "Okay, sounds good. I will drive us there."
I'll drive there. Well, like we ride at dawn, girl. Like let's go. Let me get my purse. Let me get my shoes. My lipstick. We need lipstick for that kind of occasion. We must. We simply must.
So we're driving around the park and we finally find him and he's in his car and the car's foggy. So I ran up to his car and him and this girl were just putting their clothes on. I knocked on the window and he literally rolled it down and said, "How'd you find me here?" So obviously I'm yelling at him. My dad gets out of the car and he's like, "Never talk to my daughter ever again." And the girl he was cheating on me with was younger than me. She was from my school and she knew we were dating because she was at all of my prom pictures. Well, obviously I was not gonna let my ex get away with this, so I called up his dad and I was like, "Do you know where your son has been the last few days?" But it's okay because he did me a favor because now I'm with the most amazing guy ever.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Honestly, love the calling the parents. Love it. It's like, do you know who you raised? Is this your fault? Just so you know, your creation is out here running amok. I just want you to be aware of what your creation is doing. Honestly, as soon as he said, "Oh, she's obsessed with me," I knew. I knew it.
She's crazy. She's obsessed with me.
Did you make her obsessed with you? I wonder why. Let's think about that. Are you leading her on and telling her that she's your girlfriend and you've got this whole entirely separate relationship, so that is leading to her being obsessed with you?
So I just got home from dinner and I've been trying to decide if I even wanted to talk about this at all because it's horrible, but this past week an Amber Alert revealed that my boyfriend of a year and a half has been cheating on me.
An Amber
the boyfriend
Alert?
that I was building a life with.
Oh,
picking
girl.
out rings in shatter colors. with.
No.
So an Amber Alert went off on my phone. My boyfriend was out at a beer with the boys before immediately going to the airport. He had been acting super strange. So when this Amber Alert goes off, I go in the bedroom. I immediately smell cologne. Weird to put cologne on to go out for beers with the boys. So I see the Amber Alert is going off on the watch. I go to silence it. I've already tried to call him twice. No answer. Earlier that morning, I had sniffed my pillow because I just felt like something was off. He called me crazy. He said I was a psycho. I looked around the room. I felt like things had been moved. I felt like my sink, all my stuff under the sink had been moved. Called me absolutely crazy.
When you call us crazy, are you at all aware of the fact that you make us crazy? Honestly, if anyone ever says that, it is a red flag. We are only crazy because you make us crazy. Your fault.
So I pick up his Apple Watch. I silence the notification, and I immediately get an "I miss you already" text. It is the girl that he has been in a full-on relationship for the past 2 weeks. Like, "Good morning, beautiful. I miss you. I'm in it for the long haul, blah, blah, blah," text. All the while, he's laying his beautiful little head beside me every night.
Wow.
Still planning our lives. So this is a full-on dual relationship, like dual life, mastermind, next level amount of deception type of. So when I get that text, I obviously scroll through all the texts and everything comes out. Not only is it her, it's other women too. But she's obviously getting the crux of it. She's getting the copy and paste of the love bombing that I got last year.
Wow.
So granted, my entire life has flashed before my eyes, and every gut instinct I've ever had has just been like put in blinding lights. So yeah, that was my week.
Oh, girl.
And moral of the story, there's so much of the story. I should probably do a part 2. Part of me doesn't want to do part 2 because I feel like, oh, like who needs to hear about this? But at the same time,
I do. We
this
do.
is crazy. Like, normal people do not do this to other humans, specifically ones they say I love you to, but like to anyone, because it's so cruel and disgusting and like quite literally puts people at risk, not only emotionally but physically, to engage in this kind of behavior. It goes against everything that they say that they stand for. But I also just feel like a full-on 10 minutes on this is cringe. So like, my moral of the story is, if I would not have gotten that Amber Alert, if he would not have gotten the Amber Alert, I would have never known this. I probably would have married this man with him acting this way and being capable of this type of behavior once I was pregnant, once I had kids, like for the rest of my life. And so legitimately, I feel like an Amber Alert just saved my life.
Wow.
I know that they're used for much more serious situations, but for me, like that Amber Alert just changed the course of my life.
Girl, that is some crazy. That's crazy to me. It's my gut instinct to absolutely like hate Amber Alerts. Like, they actually physically scare me. Like, I get scared. They're so loud and they scare me every time. But after hearing this, I think they are useful in more ways than one. I still get scared. They still scare me. Don't get it twisted. But I'll have a little more grace for those Amber Alerts now. Somewhere they're saving a life. And exposing those cheaters, apparently. At the beginning, I thought she meant her boyfriend had kidnapped someone. I can see how you thought that. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. The Apple Watch will always do it. This is the second story that I've heard in which an Apple Watch, like, you know, the multiple devices and the text coming through on the multiple devices. That's how you can catch him, guys. Get him an Apple Watch. If you think that he's cheating, get him an Apple Watch. I'm always shocked at how anyone has the energy for 2 relationships. I can barely manage one. I've also thought this as well. It's a lot of work. One relationship is a lot of work, but only if you're giving it your all. If you're kind of half it, you could probably make room for another one. Remember when you were like starting to see a guy, or like maybe you've been in a situationship, all of a sudden he kind of goes quiet a little bit and he'll send like a check-in text every now and again just to keep you interested. He'll look at your story sometimes, send you the heart eyes or the fire emoji. Yeah, he's doing that because he has a girlfriend. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Wife caught her husband cheating with her best friend and confronted both of them at 11 at night. He lied to his wife and told her he wasn't with Leslie. Oh, Leslie.
So now you want to tell me you're not sleeping with my husband? Is that what you want to tell me right now? What? What? Seriously, Lacey, you're sitting in my husband's car at 11 o'clock at night, so drunk he's got to take you home? Okay. Okay, what? You don't have anything to say? I want to hear it because I can't wait. Okay. Here he comes. We'll get his version of it too. Yeah, she's not here, right? Yeah, she's not here, right, guy? Yeah. So now you want to tell me that this isn't happening? I can't wait to hear that this isn't happening. Yeah, look at him for comfort, honey. Look at my husband for comfort. Why? Why? Why do you think this girl's called Last Call Lacey? Why do you think she's called that, guy?
Last Call Lacey.
She sits in bars late at night with other people's husbands and pounces on them. Right. You've left a trail, Lacey. So you're going to continue to lie to me with that girl sitting in the front seat of the car.
What do you mean I'm going to continue to lie to you? Have I lied to you yet?
Yes, you have. She ain't here. I haven't seen her all night. She ain't here. That's not her car. It's exactly what you said.
Imagine your nickname is Last Call Lacey. Ooh. We don't stick around for last call, guys. You know when last call hits and it's just like everybody's just kind of like picking off the sick ones and like the really drunk ones, you know, like last call has become almost like a dangerous thing. The lights come on, everybody's like super ratchet and drunk and ugly, and the makeup's coming off, and everybody's just looking for someone to. We don't willingly stay for last call. We leave at 1:30, okay?
And that girl's car is sitting right there, and your car was sitting right over there, and now it's here with her loaded up. How convenient. You just kissed your wife, your kids, and your whole life goodbye. Ooh. And I hope that you're happy. Did you get exactly what you wanted? Can't even say anything, can you stupid tramp? This is done. This is done.
Go off, queen. Yes, it's over. Over. Done. Finito. She definitely gives Last Call Lacey vibes. Last Call Lacey. I actually would have cried. Like if someone called me that. Ooh. I love how the husband like tried to gaslight you at first, and they're both just silent, you know, like they're both just quiet. They don't say a word. Well, guess what? Last Call Lacey is yours now. That's what you wanted, right? Was it worth it for Last Call Lacey? I don't think so.
So here's part 2 to the story and how I found out my boyfriend cheated on me. So every 3-ish months, they have a company dinner for the top people in his company. And so he'll go out to like Ruth's Chris. So it was Friday night, the night of the dinner, where they all go out. And usually after, they'll go out to a bar. And I'm never allowed to go with him because it's just for the company, just for people in the company.
No, he's a work wife too.
So after the dinner, of course, him and some of his friends from work went out to the bar. So I asked my friend, I was like, hey, what if you went to the bar and see like what he's doing? Because the female coworker was there. So she gets to the bar super, super late, like it's about to close. But she sees them and she sends me a picture. And it's him and her holding hands. Nobody else is there at all.
Wait.
But them sitting in a corner holding hands.
So, is that the work wife? The female coworker they told you not to worry about? Can we just like collectively decide to get rid of that whole work wife term? Imagine being proud that you're someone's work wife. No. Trash! Work witch, more like.
So I pull up to confront them at this point. I walk in, I'm like, okay, like what's going on? What's going on? Just tell me the truth, be a man about it, and be a woman about it. My boyfriend was like, oh, what are you doing here? This is crazy. You're so crazy pulling up. This is so embarrassing. How could you embarrass me like this?
Oh, you're such a victim.
She says, oh, I was just crying to him about my life. I didn't even realize we were holding hands. My boyfriend won't admit anything at all. He won't even talk. She looks at me and says, I'm a girl's girl through and through.
Oh, yeah?
You can even ask him. Talking about my boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And that's when she was like, oh, I was just crying to him about my life. I didn't even realize we were holding hands. I'm smashed right now. But then she goes on to basically say, I'm not your friend, I'm his friend, so I only have loyalty to him.
What happened to the girl's girl thing? You don't sound like a girl's girl to me, honey. You sound like a pick-me. Well, you know what? You have loyalty to trash, you take that trash out. You can go ahead, you take that trash out back. Do what you do best.
Basically saying she doesn't owe me an explanation of anything. Which is fine, that's cool. My boyfriend should be a man about it and just man up and say that, but he still will not admit it. But them literally sitting there holding hands, makeup on his shirt all the time.
Ooh.
He still claims he wasn't cheating, he would never do that. When I literally have a picture of you holding her hand at the bar.
Wow.
And I will add, she knew the whole time that we were in a relationship. I asked her about the makeup on this shirt. She's like, he's around girls, he's around me, sometimes there will be makeup on his shirt. I'm sorry, what?
No.
There would only be makeup if your face is on his shirt.
Period.
There's no other reason that there would be makeup on his shirt.
Literally.
I'm not sitting next to somebody and then my makeup ends up on their shirt unless my face is literally on their shirt.
What a stupid freaking excuse. Like, I'm sorry. What?
He's around girls, so he's gonna get makeup on his shirt.
No, I'm sorry. Not if he's not touching them. What are you doing to have makeup all over your shirt that's so innocent?
So even after pulling up, confronting both of them, neither of them will admit it still.
This reminds me of that other clip we watched where none of them said a thing, you know? Like, they just...
Maybe if we're really quiet, the scary lady will go away.
Me, I'm the scary lady and can confirm I am not going away.
I'm here every day. Until January. Then I'm here 3 times a week. We'll see where we go from there. No promises.
Girl, I believe you, but where's the picture? Ooh.
Okay, so some people have been asking for proof, so
Yes.
I'm going to show you guys the picture
Show us
that
the
my friend
proof.
sent me of them holding hands at the bar.
Show me, show me, show me.
Okay, what do you think?
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Literally,
look at that.
look at how she's leaned into him.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, look at that.
Oh, yeah, look
she
at that.
was literally leaned in. They're sitting there holding hands in the
Oh,
corner.
oh my, oh my.
So I absolutely pulled up when I got sent that.
Oh, yes. Oh, girl, I'm grabbing my purse. We are pulling up and you're coming with me. Subscribe.